Hello everyone, welcome to the 12th lecture of the Python programming series. In today's lecture, we will be creating student management system, the project 1 of this course. So, what is this project for? This project is a console-based application to add, view, search, update, delete and save student records, and the core concepts used in this project will be functions, lists and dictionaries, file handling, exception handling, loops and conditionals. And this is the example code written over here. And what are the project features? So firstly, the feature is add a student. We can view a student, we can search student, we can update student, we can delete student, we can save and load the data. So this all we will be doing today. So let us start our lecture and let's see the project in detail, understand it, and after that proceed to create it from scratch. So what are the learning objectives of today's lecture? By the end of this lecture, you will be able to apply all Python concepts learned so far in one project. Design a real-world console application, break a project into smaller functions, work with dictionaries and lists, read and write student data using files, handle invalid user inputs using exception handling, build a menu-driven application, and you will be able to think like a Python developer while solving a problem. So, till now, we have seen all the concepts of Python, but in today's lecture, we will apply those concepts by integrating them. So, So in this lecture, we will build our first real-world Python project, that is student management system. Now, the question arises here, what is student management system? So student management system is nothing but a program used by schools, colleges to store, manage student information. So our version will be console based and a small scale version, but the same logic can be later extended into desktop application or web application. So we are making a simple student management system, but in real world we use some advanced student management system for bigger data, because we will be working with less data, less amount of data, so we will be using this method, but the code will be same, code will remain same, the functions will remain same, only the scale is different. There are more users in real world, but here we are having less users. The there the interface is graphic friendly, user friendly, graphics are there, the apps are there, but we are making console based system. So we are making a command line program for doing the operations. So let us understand the workflow of our project. So in the student management system, we will be having these operations that will be performed. Firstly, we will be adding student, then we can view. We should be able to view the students. We should be able to search the students, and after that we should be able to update student and delete the student as well. And after doing all this, we should be able to save the data in a JSON file. Why JSON file? Because it is easy to update or read, and we have to store the data externally in a file, because when a program is closed, the data inside all the variables is vanished, is erased. Why? Because the variables store the value only up till the program remains in function. When the program ends, the program terminates, the data is gone. So to store that data, we need a file. So we are using here JSON file. CSV file can also be used, but we are using JSON because it is convenient to use JSON in this case. So before writing the code, we have to plan the things. So we can't simply move to VS Code and start typing. Firstly, we need to understand the problem, we need to understand the program, but we will be going to write, we should understand which concepts we will be using, and after that, we should write. So we have seen the first concept over here, the workflow we have understood, how will we will be making. After that, we are having the program flow diagram. So what is happening over here? When the program starts, it will load student data. After that, it will display the menu with different choices, and then the user selects the option from these. The user can add a student, view student, search student, update student, and delete the student. So these operations will be performed based on the user's choice, and after that changes will be saved and the program will be exited. That program will be terminated. After the program flow diagram, we are having data storage structure. So how data is stored? Student data, list of dictionaries will be stored. So we are having dictionary, sorry, we are having list. This is symbol for list, and inside the list we are having different dictionaries. So each student data is stored in a dictionary in this form, and these dictionaries are combined into list for all the data. So this is how the data is stored in our program, or it will be stored. If you're not understanding anything, just be with the video. You will be able to understand everything in a while. So just be with the flow. After that, we are having function structures. So these all are the functions which you will be using. And after that, we are having file handling flow. Just ignore this. Just this is the just these are the graphics which are helpful for you to understand. But if you are not understanding anything here now, you can ignore this. Just I will start with this. So when a program will be running, the first thing it will display is the menu. So let us understand this menu, how we can create this. We need to write the application name, that is student management system. After that, we need to list all the functions that we will be performing, and after that we will give uh, input. We will take input from the user about the choice, and based on the choice we will be performing the operations. So let us move to BS Code and create one new folder, name it as project 1. So I will move to BS Code now. I will create a new folder over here, name it as project 1. After that, I will create a new file. Inside that, I will name it as main. I will name it as main.py. And the first thing that I will do is I will create the menu function. So what we have seen here, we have seen menu structure. So to display this information, let us create a function so that it will be convenient to call wherever we need this. So how we are creating function? We are creating function by simply writing def. After that, the function name. Let's say I give it the name as menu, and we will not pass any arguments in this. Firstly, let me turn off this AI mode. So I have disabled that. Now I will simply create this function, that is menu, and after that let's see here what it is written. So we will print this same as it is. So how to print this? Just we will use the print function. How we can do that? By using the print function. So firstly we will print a new line. We will print a new line just to make it look beautiful, to make it look good. After that I will print this line, that is where it is. These dashes I will print. So I am randomly taking the value, like I will print, like I will take this dash. I will not write like this dash dash dash. I will simply write one dash, and after that, after coming out of the quotes, I will write multiply, and I will write any number, any value. Let's say 45. So if I will run this dash will be printed 45 times. After that, I will print, let's say we are having the name as student management system. So we are creating this, so we will write this. After that, again, I will print this line. So I want the same line. I will press Alt, Shift, and down arrow. This will be duplicated. After that, I will hold Alt and I will press downward arrow. So this line will be brought to the down. So after that I need to print all these values. So let us do one by one. You can use single print function also, or you can use different also. So I'm using the different print functions. So I will simply print these values like this. I will print firstly we are having add student. So I will write one dot add student. After that we are having view student. Next is to search student. After that we are having update student. After that we are having fifth delete student. And after that we are having save data. So this function is to save the data in the JSON file. After that we are having exit button to exit from the program. So after writing all this, I want this dashes again to make my code look beautiful. So I will just duplicate this and after that I will bring it down. So let us try executing our menu function. I will just call menu. So let's see how it looks. So this is how it will look. This looks pretty good. I can decrease these dashes also. I have given 45. Let's say I will give, let's say, 30 and see how it looks. So when I run this time, we can decrease more. How many? We can go with 26 or 25, let's say. So after doing this, if I run this, now it's good. So now it's edge to edge and it looks good. So this is how many function will run. It will just print these values. So in every menu driven program, the menu should be shown in the starting of the program so that a user can able to insert or give the input of his or her choice. So this is how the menu is created. So we have successfully created the menu for this program. Now we will create all these functions one by one. So I will just delete menu. We will write the main code later on. But now let's start with creating the function add student. Now we will create a function to add a student. We'll simply write def, after that add underscore student and then parentheses for the function. After that colon and press enter. So this is how simple function is created. I have done nothing advanced over here. I am just using the simple concepts that I have explained in the earlier lectures. So I have just created another function that is add student. After that, what I will do, in every function we will give a heading of that function when it is started. So I will just simply write print and I will write firstly we will go to the new line because every function should be, the indentation should be proper so that the user will be able to understand what is happening in the program. If we do not make the console look beautiful, then there will be mess all around and we will not be able to understand what is happening in the console. So we have to make that beautiful. And after that, let's say I give some roughly 5 dashes, 1 2 3 4 5 or 6 maybe. After that I can give space and write the function name. So add student is the function name. After that again 6 dashes to make it look good, nothing else. You can simply also write it or That depends on your creativity, how you are creating it. After that, I will just create a variable student ID, and I will take input from the user and convert that into int. So why we are taking student ID, I will show you, but firstly write the code to take input from the user about the student ID and convert it into integer. So I will convert it into integer. After that, we'll take input, and in the input I will write enter student ID. So I have asked the user to enter student ID, and after that, what we will do, firstly we will create one thing outside everything. So outside in the global, so I will come here to the top. So I will here I will just create one thing, that is I will create a global list. I will name it as students is equal to list. Empty list I will create over here. Why I am creating list outside? I am creating the list outside every function because it should be accessible to every function. If I create it inside this function, then how can I access it in update function or delete function or search student function? So I will not be able to access that in any other function. That is why I am creating it outside so that every function can access this list. So that is why that is created outside. So now after creating this variable, after creating the variable, I will just simply search this student ID inside this list. So how I can do that? I will do that with the loop. I will write for student in students. I will write for student in students if, let's say, student, and after that that ID is equals to student underscore ID. Then what will happen? Just print student ID already exists. Student ID already exists. So what we are doing here? We are simply applying one loop, that is for student in students. If student ID is equal to student ID. So what I have done here, we are having this variable. This will have data of one student, and we are checking for all. In students, we are having every value. So as it is explained over here, this is how our format will be there for storing the data. So now what we are having ID. This is the key. So we just put this key in the, what is student over here? Student is storing this value. Student is storing this dictionary. So when this is student, so this is student over here. So when I will write in this square brackets, I will write ID over here. What will happen? It will return this value. So 101 is returned. So 101 is the value of this. Assume that 101 is the value of this. And in this input, the user also enters 101. So now 101 is equal to student ID, that is also 101. In that case, the student ID already exists there. So we cannot add the student with the same student ID. The student ID should be different. Let's say, just assume that the student ID is the admission number of a student. So two students cannot have the same admission number. The admission number is the unique entity for each student. So that is why we are displaying this message, student ID already exists. So after checking, if this will be there, we will simply return from this function. We will not allow to add the student. So this is necessary check statement. So we will come out of the loop. After that, what we will do? Now, if the student ID is not same, in that case, the simple code will execute. We will take the input of the name from the user. Just say enter name. After that, what we will do? We will take input of age. Input. Just say enter age. After that, we are having what we will take. We will take the course. We will enter course now, and I will change this to course. Sorry, course. After that, we are having marks, so I will take input of marks. I will take input of marks like this. Now, what I have done here, I have taken student ID as input and checked that if that exists, so we are just printing the value that the student ID already exists and we are returning from the function add student. But if the student ID is not already there, in that case we are taking input for the student details. I have just taken the input of name, age, course and marks, and after that we will create one dictionary over here. In this way, like this, we will create the dictionary. You can take input of other details also, whatever you want, like the mobile number or anything, but for now we are just taking these much details. And after that I will create a dictionary over here like this, and I will give the key id, and in the value I will give the variable student id. So I have given the variable student id. After that I will put comma. I will give name and I will give the value as name. After that again comma, then we are having age. Same way we will give the age variable, and again we are having course now. So we will give this in double quotes, and we will have the variable course over here. After that we are having marks in the double quotes. So marks will be there in double quotes. And I will write marks variable over here. So this way we have created a dictionary that is student. Now what we need to do? We need to append this dictionary into the global variable so that it can be accessible throughout the program by other functions as well. So what I need to do, I need to write here students. After that, I will use append function, append, and I will give this dictionary that is student. So this way, I will append this. So after appending, now what is the use of this function? This is used to add a student. We have successfully added a student into the list that is students. So this way we have successfully created a list. We have successfully added the student over here. So we will simply print the message that student added successfully. So student is added successfully. We can print like this. And after that, what we can do? So this is all about adding the function. So to make it more convenient, to make it error free, what we can do? What we can do? We can simply put all this code into the try block, and if any error is there, we can simply give it an accept part. But let's not do that. We will keep the code simple only. So till now what we have done, we have created many functions to display the menu. After that we have created the add student function that is used to create the that is used to add the student into the list that is students. Now the next thing is we have added the student. Now we have to view that also. So for that also we will create one more function over here. So I will write as def view underscore student, and we will create this function. So how this function will be how this function will be running? This will run in the same way only. Firstly, we have to print the function. What the function is called? We are having view student. So same way, we will write over here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. After that, view student, and again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And after that, we will start the function. Now, firstly, we need to check the length of the list, that is students. So if the length of this is 0, if length is 0, that means no value is there. So if no value is there, what we will display to the user? So in that case, we will print that no student records found or no student exists. Whatever you want to write the message, you can write. So how we can check? We will use if condition. If we will write if length of students is equal to 0, if length of student is equal to 0, that means there is no student data. So in that case, we will simply print no student records and found. So no student records found. After that, we can simply return from this function. So this is the use of this condition. Why we use that? We have used this to just to get to know that if there is no data in the program, there is no data in our system, so we will simply print no student record found. But if there is data, so how to print that? We need to print every student, every single student from the list, that is students. In the list, what we are having the dictionary. So simply what we will do, we will write a loop for student in students, and after that, firstly I will print one indentation line here. I will just put dash and into 25. So this will give a clean output. After that, I will print all the values. What we are having ID first of all. After ID, we can print ID first like this. And now where is our ID? The ID is in the student. So what is this variable holding? This variable is holding a single dictionary over here. So in the student, as I have explained earlier, one single dictionary is stored at a time. So first of all, this will be having the first dictionary. After that, then the loop will iterate. It will have this dictionary. So this is how it is running. And in the student, we will give the key ID. So in the we have created ID for the student ID. So this ID key is given over here. So this will take the value of ID and print it. After that, in same way, what we will do? We will print all the values. So I have duplicated it. I will simply give here name. After that, we are having name. After that, what we are having age of the student. After that, we are having course. After that, we are having marks. Same way I will update here also. We are having name. After that, age, course, and we are having marks over here. So we have simply printed, and now what I will do, I will simply again use this line here at the end so that our program looks clean. Now this is all about the view student function. Now what will happen whenever we will select this function, it will display all the details, all the data inside the system. Now we have created add student. After that, we have created view student. Now we need to search for the student as well. So to search for the student, we will write the search function. So how to write the search function? Same way we are writing these functions, we will write def search underscore student, and we will create this function. And now what we will do, we will simply ask for the We will firstly write the name of this function, that is, firstly we will move to new line, and after that we can write search student so that it looks better. And in the next line we will start the real function or real code of this function. So we will take input of the student id so that we can search it from the student id, because every student will have a unique student id. So we are writing id is equal to int, and we will take input of that, and we will write here enter student id to search. We will display this, and after that what we will do, we will search for every student for student in students, and we will write a condition here if student, and we will give a key over here id is double equals to student id. Then what we will do, we will simply print student found. We have found the student, we will simply print student found, and after that we can display the student data as well. In what form, we can simply return the student over here. We can simply print student in the form of dictionary only. You can print it like this also, but I am printing in dictionary only. You can print like this also, as we have done earlier. So so instead of printing dictionary, let's print in that way only, so it will look more good, and our program will look fine. So I will simply copy this code. I will copy it out, and I will just write over here, and I will correct the indentation over here. So now we have written it. Now what will happen? Student found. After that, the details of the student will be printed, and after that we will return from the code. But in case we are not having the student ID, in that case, what we will do? We will simply print. What we will print? Student not found. Student not not found. So this is how we will search the student. We will simply search by using loop and a condition. So we have learned about loops, we have learned about conditions, so we are simply writing that here. We are using the simple concepts to make this project. So we have successfully created the search student function, but it will take input from the user to take the input of the ID to research, and after that it will just check the ID in every student of the dictionary, and after that we will return if it is found, and if not found we will simply print student not found. Now we are having next function, that is update student. So if we want to update any detail of the student, then we have to use the function, that is update student function. So we will simply write update student, and I will create this function. After that, simply we will use this. I will just copy this out, select it, copy it, come here, paste it. Instead of search student, I will write update student. So now, how we can update the student data? To update the student data, we must have the student ID by which we will be updating. I will duplicate this, I will drag it down to here. Now, we will have, instead of search, we will write update. Ready to update, enter student ID to update, and after that, what we will do, we will write the same loop, but which we have written over here. Same logic is used to get to the student. So I will paste this. Okay, now the code is intended properly. So We will write student in students and student ID is equal to student ID. Now, if this happens, what we have to do? We simply need to update. How we can update? Now, how to update? We will directly write like this: student is equal to student. Sorry, we add student. Then after that, we will write in the square brackets. We will give here name. Then equals to. We will simply take input from the user input, and inside that we will write enter name, or we can simply write name over here, and we can write a message over here before executing these. We can simply write here enter new details below. So we can simply write like this: enter new details below, and after that we can take input of every detail. So how we are doing, we can simply write this line, and after that we will be having age also. We can write age, and I will come over here. I will change this to age, and after that we will be having course, and after that we will be having marks. So same way I will change over here course marks. So this way we have taken the input from the user, and after we have taken the input, we can simply display. We can simply do is we can simply write here print student updated successfully. So we can write student updated successfully. So in this way, we can simply update the data of the student. And after updating, we will simply return from here. Why we are using return? To return get out of this function. If we have done the thing, we will return out of this function. And if we are unable to find that, if we are unable to search the if we are unable to search the student ID, that means we are not having the student in our data. So in that case, we will simply print student not found, as we have done in searching. So we can simply display student not found. Now what we have done so far, we have created add student function. After that we have created view student function. After that we have created search student and update student. Now we are left with three functions only, that is delete student, save data and exit. So now how to delete a student? To delete a student, we will create the function delete student in same way as we have created so far. Simply write def delete underscore student, and I will create this function out over here. Simply the first rule in our program in our this project is to simply print the name of the function. I will write here delete student. After that, now we will write the code of this function. Now firstly, to delete the student, we need the student ID again. So I will simply go to this code, and if we need student ID, we have to search that also. So till here, the code is same over here also. I will simply paste it, and there is some indentation error, so I will just delete this. And it is written update. I will write here to delete. Enter student ID to delete over here. So now what I'm doing over here, hello, let's take it. So I have just taken input of the student ID and after that I have written for students in students if student ID is equal to student ID. What does that mean? We are taking just input from the user for the student ID and after that we are searching the student ID in the every element of the list. And if we found the ID over there, what we'll do, we will simply remove that dictionary from the list. But we are doing till now, we are storing dictionary in the list. But now, what we will do, we will delete that out. So to delete that list, sorry, to delete that dictionary from the list, what we will do, we will use remove function. So we will write students, the list that is students dot remove. We are using remove function, but we have to remove the student. So we have simply written this. After that, we can simply print student deleted successfully. So this is how we have deleted the student. We have just used the remove function in this case. And after that, we will return from the function. We have simply returned and if the student ID is not found, we just need to print student not found. So this is the simple code to delete the student. Now the next thing we are having is to save the data. Now the main thing of the program comes here. We need to store the data. What we have to do, we have to store the data we have to save the data inside a JSON file. Now how to do that? How we can do that? We will create one more function that is def and we are having save underscore student or we can say students and after that we will just write the code to save the data in the JSON file. Now what we will do to save the data, we will simply write over here, we will create the file or if the file is already there, we can write the data in that. So what we will do, we will do with, we will write with open and in the open function, we will write the name of the file, let's say students.json and I am opening this in write mode. W means write mode as I have instructed earlier. And I am giving the alias as file over here. So now what I am writing this, I will just write the JSON.dump function. Dump function is used to add the data into the JSON file. I will simply give students list to this JSON file and I will write file and indent is equals to 4. So this is the code to add the data into the JSON file. So when this line is executed, if the file is not already there, this file will be created and after that the data is saved into that file. Now if we have saved the data, we also have to load the data. So to load the data, we will create another function and we will say it as load underscore students and in load underscore students we will write sorry parentheses will come here and after that we will write here if os.path dot exists and what we will do we are writing here students.json. Now till now what we are doing, we have created a function that is load students and what it is doing, it is checking in the os means now here I have used os, so if I have used os I need to import it also. So where it is gone here. So to use OS, I need to write here import OS. So I will simply write here import OS and I will come down to the code and here what is the meaning of and I will use JSON also, so I will import JSON also. So here I will write import JSON as well. So now the errors are gone. Now what I have done here so far, I have used OS library, OS module to check if this file exists in the file structure, in the file explorer, in the memory. Is this file there? If this file is there, what I need to do, I need to simply do is I will open this file with open. I will simply write here students dot json. I will open in read mode because this time I have to read the data. With open as I will write file over here, and after that what I will do, I will simply write students dot equals to json dot load. I will use load function to load the data from the file. So what I have written, I have used students list that is globally created that can be accessible by any function, and I have stored the all the data by using. I have loaded the data from the file using json.load function, and after that this data is stored into students that is already being there. The list is already there. So if the data is not there, in that case, what we will do, we can use else here, or if we don't write anything, that will also be fine. So the data will be loaded. Now we are left with what we have done: save students, we have done load data also. Now we are left with exit function only. Now what we will do, we will firstly, now all the functions are created. Now we will write the main code that will help us to call all the functions according to the logic. So firstly, I will call load function. Why? Because we have to load the data before proceeding. If some data is there into the JSON file, we have to fetch that out from the JSON and store into the variable that is students list to get the data from the JSON file so that we can work on that data. And after loading the data, I will write while true. I will write a while loop. Why I have written that, I will explain, but before that, I will simply write a while loop and I will execute many function. So why I am calling many function? I am calling many function to display the menu items, like it is there over here. First thing is I have to display this. After that, what will happen? After that, what will happen? The user will give the input. Now, in the menu function, what we have done, let us move to menu function first. We have just printed, we have not taken the choice of the user. So that choice we will take now in this. So I will create a variable that is choice, and I will, let's say I will name it as, I will name it as choice, and I will convert this input into integer, and I will just ask the user to enter your choice. So when user enters the choice, we get the choice in the variable that is choice. And now the main thing starts here. You can use if else also, you can use match case also. So this time I'm using match case. I'll simply write match choice. After that I will write one, case one. And what is the case one? So we will go back to there. We are having the case one as add student, then we are having view student. So we will simply write over here case one as, we will call simply add student function. After that we are having case two. In case two we are having view student function. After that we are having case three. In case three we are having what? What we are having in case three? Let us move up. We are having search student. After that update and delete. So I will write over here search student. After that case 4 update student. After that we are having case 5 delete student. And after that what we are having, we have written 5 cases, and after that we are having save data. So we will write the function in case 6, that is save students. So I have created this. Now what it will do? If user enters 1, this function will be executed. If user enter 2, this function will be executed. Same way everything happens. According to the user's choice, the functions will be executed. And one more thing we can do that. So sorry, I have written wrong here. I have to write it like this: case underscore, that means the default case, and after that I can print the message here: invalid choice. Why? Because the user has entered something else instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So after writing this, now our program is complete. We are good to go. Now we are breaking whereby I have used while loop. I have used while loop because I want the program should be running again and again. So for that I have used the while loop. So one more thing I can do is in every function, let's say after adding student added successfully, we can call menu function again so that the menu should come again. After being also we can do after viewing we can simply write menu. You can simply call that. Okay, and here also we can call menu, or let's not call here. Here we'll come and we can call menu function over here also, and in update students also we can call the menu function, and after deleting also we can go to the menu because we are using while loop, that is why. After saving also we can go to menu, and after loading it, we do not have to because we are loading before the execution of this code. So we are having one, it is displaying something over here, but it is okay. So let us execute this first. So when I run this, so we got one syntax error. What is the error? T should be capital over here. So now the error will be gone. So when I executed, it had displayed me the menu. So now we don't have any student already there. So what I will do, I will choose one over here, and I want to add the student. I will press enter. It is asking for entering student ID. I will give 101. Let's enter. It is asking for name. I will say Karan. Age, let's say 20. After that, course, I will write the course as, let's say, CSC. After that, marks, what we should write, let's say 90. And after the details are added, so see here, student added successfully. So it is displaying two menus. Oh, sorry, we have done something wrong over here. So I want to exit over here. So data is saved in the file, but I have done one wrong thing here. I have written these things here. So if I am writing, I am calling menu after every function manually. So I should not use loop over there. So that is the logic that I have mismatched. So if I am using the loop there, so I should not use here. If I am using the function, I am calling the function here. So I should not use the loop there. I hope you understand this mistake. And one more mistake I have done, that I have written the spelling of true with in the lowercase. So you need to know that the boolean values, that is true and false, the first letter, that is T and F, of true and false respectively, should be capital, and other letters should be in lowercase. So these are the common mistakes which anyone can do, even I do. So you should be, you should, if you done the mistake, you should know how to fix that. If you know how to fix that, you can do mistakes as long as you know. So now, if I check the JSON file, I am having the data in this format. Now, if I run this again, I have run this again. This time I want to view the data, so I will press 2. I will press 2 over here and press enter. So it displays view student function is executed. It displays no student records found. Why it displays this? We are having the student, but why it displays no student record found? Let us check that. But before that, let us search out the student. With the student ID, I will press 3. I will write 101, which I have written over there. I press enter. It also displays student not found. So something might be fishy with the logic. We will check that. We will check that. I will exit from the code and I will move to view student. Something is fishy with the load function, I may say. So what is happening? We are not loading here. We should load inside the loop. So now I will run this. So after running, I want to view the data. So I will press 2 over here. It displays no student found. I will enter again. No student found. So now I have changed one thing in the code, and in the load students function, I have just returned an empty list in case this file doesn't exist. So an empty list will be returned. So let us try running this. Now if I run, the menu function executes and we got the menu. So let us enter a choice, but before that I want to clear this file as I have tested it before showing you. So I have empty, I have deleted all the content of this file. Let us now start from again. Now let me delete this and run this again. So now run this, and now I want to add the student. Let's test the function 1. I will enter 1. So we got the add student function. So it is asking to enter student ID. I will enter student ID. After that the name. After that age. And after that the course. Let's enter something. And marks. Let's enter something. And when I press enter, now the student is added successfully. Now what to do? I want to view the student, but it will only view if we have saved the data. After entering the data, after adding the student, we need to save that. So for that, we need to enter here 6. So when I press 6 and enter, it says data saved successfully. So data is saved and now we can view the data. Now if I press 2 over here, so here you can see in view data function, we got the data. We entered these details and we got that. Now I will enter 2, 3 more students and then we will do searching on that. I will go with 1. I will enter 102. Let's say here a name is something something. Then again one student. Now I have added 2 more students and I have to save the data now. So I will press 6. Our data is saved. Let us view the data and see if it is coming correctly. So if I view the data, we got all the 3 students which I added now. So now let us do searching on that. I will press 3, press enter. Now I need to enter the student ID. First, let's enter some wrong student ID. I will enter something. Press enter. It says student not found. Now again I will go for searching, and this time I will enter right ID, and let's say we got. So now student is found and we got the student data. So search function is also working fine. Now we need to update student. I will enter 4 here. Enter student ID to update. Let's say I need to change mouse for 101 student ID. I press enter. Name I will remain the same. Age will be same. Course will be same. Marks will be changed now. Now I want to do 95, let's say. And if I press enter over here, now student updated successfully. Now I have to save the data also. Now I press 6, the data is saved. So now let's say I need to test the delete student function. So I will press 5 over here. I want to delete 103. Let's say first enter some wrong. So let's say I enter 105 over here. So it says student not found. Now let's enter again into the delete function, and I will give here the ID 103, and when I press enter, we got the message student deleted successfully. Now let us save the data and view it to see how it is working. Has it or has it deleted the data or not? So I will view the student. Now we have only two students, ID 103. The data of ID 103 is deleted. So all the functions are working fine. If I want to exit from the program, I will press 7 over here and press enter. So it displays thank you. So and the code is terminated. So we have successfully made a normal student management system, a console-based student management system in just by just writing 156 lines of code. So this is a very general code. We can take it to advanced level also. We can do many things. And we have used JSON file here for storing the data. We can use CSV file also. That depends on our use case. That depends on how we want to write the code. So this is very general function. We can take it to web development level also, like we can integrate a HTML page or any React page with that, and we can use this Python file to handle the backend. Instead of print statements, we just need to change this for the web app, and other code will remain the same, or maybe a few more changes might be there. So this is all about today's tutorial or lecture, anything you want to call it. And here we are with the end of our lecture. Thank you.